So I'm back to talk more about sugar and specifically sugar and inflammation. A couple days ago, we talked about why sugar is so addicting because of tons of clients I see, and I myself, have felt this before, that it is an addiction, that it is indeed addicting. So we talked about how it works on brain chemicals, but also how this vicious cycle of high and low blood sugar can lead you to have these really intense cravings that leave you needing more sugar to bring you back up to your baseline. So today I want to talk more about sugar and inflammation. I think, at least for me, it's really helpful to know why we avoid something, why something is quote unquote bad, and what it does in the body. Because if someone just tells me, Christina, don't eat sugar, it's bad, I'm like, yeah, but how bad? So for me, I really have to know the why, and I have to know what it's doing in my body so that I can understand when I can bring it in, when I shouldn't, and all of the things I need to know. So that's what I hopefully want to impart to you today, is the why behind this. And specifically, sugar is inflammatory. It causes inflammation. And how it does this is it causes a rise in blood sugar that we spoke about last time. And a rise in your blood sugar causes a burst of inflammatory chemicals that spread through the cells in your body. So there are a lot of these chemicals, some you may have heard of, like histamines, prostaglandins, cytokines. So these chemicals signal a start of a cascade of an internal response that requires your immune system to activate or turn on. So we're starting an activation of our immune system, or we're creating an inflammatory process. And so when our immune system is tending to this low-level chronic inflammation, it may not have time to do other things it needs. So that's why sugar can depress our immune system really directly. Also, if our immune system is busy doing other things, it may not be able to regulate itself properly. And in the case of autoimmunity, it starts to dysregulate or go on overdrive, or it's not working properly. So if we have this constant low-level inflammation going on in our body, it's not good. And we know that this low-level chronic inflammation has been linked to a lot of different chronic conditions, not just autoimmunity or depressed immune system as well, like I said, but also cardiovascular disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, weight loss resistance, and more. So it's really, really something to consider. And the second piece is that we know when we eat refined sugar, it's stripped of fiber and vitamins and nutrients and minerals. And so we're really just getting this, refined sugar. It doesn't have any nutritional value. So if we're eating a diet really heavy in refined sugar, we're not getting all of the nutrients our bodies need on a daily basis to carry out all of the many actions they do. But in turn, what I find really interesting is that not only does sugar not give us the nutrients we need, really refined sugar, but it also depletes nutrients. So when we consume sugar, the process of breaking it down and absorbing it actually takes nutrients from us. So the body borrows things like calcium, zinc, magnesium, B vitamins from healthy cells to metabolize this processed sugar. And this is different when we eat complex carbohydrates found in fruits and vegetables or whole grains, because they contain these vitamins and minerals needed to metabolize them. So it's really just when we're eating this refined sugar, this white sugar and these refined processed foods that contain that not only are we not getting the nutrients we need, but it's actually depleting our stores. So you can see how, we know that the immune system is a really big nutrient hog. It needs a lot of nutrients to function, that if we are not getting these nutrients and we're getting depleted, that can set us up for trouble there as well. And if we think like we're taking all these multivitamins and supplements, but at the same time we have a diet that's really, really heavy in sugar, we can see how it's not really doing us any favors if it's taking some of our vital nutrients and depleting our stores. So for me, that's really powerful evidence and information. I'm like, okay, if I'm taking these supplements, but I'm also eating tons of sugar and I feel really controlled by that, that's not really helpful. So for me to understand these whys and to see how an excess of blood sugar or sugar in the blood can affect my immune system is really powerful and helps me to make different choices. So hopefully it does for you too. And what we're going to talk about And the next video is about how you actually kick the sugar cravings, because don't worry, it's not lost on me that it's tough to reduce sugar and to get rid of sugar cravings, and there's a process to it, and there's steps you can take to set yourself up for success in it instead of feeling like you have to go cold turkey and fail and feel awful. I have all the tips and tricks in the book to be able to do this realistically. So stay tuned for that. And what we spoke about last time was this blood sugar roller coaster that we can find ourselves on, this cycle of blood sugar spikes and blood sugar dips that lead to those feelings of irritability, lightheadedness, feeling hangry, those low blood sugar feelings, we know, low energy. So what I challenged you to do last time was to look throughout the day and identify when your blood sugar starts to dip, when you start to have these feelings, these blood sugar dips. For a lot of people, it's around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Some people it's mid-morning, some people it's in the evening. So if you haven't done this yet, I challenge you to do this today, is pay attention to when you feel feelings of low energy, and when you're experiencing these sugar cravings or cravings for quick, easy, digestible carbohydrates or even caffeine. So just pay attention and notice and see what your personal cycle is, what your body's doing. And from there, we're going to be able to use that information and put in pieces to be able to curb some of these sugar cravings and get you to feel more balanced and energetic throughout the day. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them on this post here, and I'd be happy to address them in the next video I do. Thanks.